A few months ago, I received a handwritten letter from one of my longtime patients. She's now 76, living in a small town in Colorado, and she wrote just one line that stayed with me. "Doctor, I miss the days I could walk to my garden." Her words were not only about swollen legs or stiff joints, they were about losing freedom, losing the simple joy of movement. And for many older adults, that quiet loss feels heavier than the pain itself. When I read her letter, I thought of the years I've spent studying how we age. What I've learned is this: we don't just grow old, we slowly lose the building blocks that once kept us strong. One of the most important is collagen. Without it, blood vessels become rigid, circulation slows, and every step can feel like climbing a hill. But here's the encouraging part. Around the world, particularly in Japan, many seniors in their 80s still walk with ease. Their secret isn't costly supplements, it's food. Everyday meals, chosen wisely, can nourish the joints and restore some of what time takes away. Today, I'll share 6 powerful collagen-rich foods that can support your legs, reduce swelling, and help you move with confidence again. Why are your legs swelling? The hidden link between collagen and poor circulation. For many older adults, swelling in the ankles or calves is often blamed on sitting too long or simply on getting older. But the reality is more complex. Collagen, the protein that keeps your tissues strong and elastic, plays a major role in circulation. When collagen levels decline, the walls of your veins lose flexibility, and the tiny valves that push blood upward begin to weaken. That's when fluid builds up in the lower legs, leaving them heavy, puffy, and sore. Think about how a garden hose works. If the hose walls are sturdy, water flows smoothly. But if the hose becomes weak and floppy, water pools in the bends. Your veins work the same way. Without enough collagen, blood doesn't return efficiently to the heart, and swelling sets in. This isn't just cosmetic discomfort. It's a sign your circulation and joint support are under strain. When I worked with older patients in rural clinics, I noticed the difference lifestyle made. In communities where meals included broths, fish skin, or fermented foods, people in their 80s could still walk steadily with very little swelling. They weren't relying on medication alone. Their diets provided the raw materials their bodies needed to keep vessels elastic and tissues resilient. In the United States, however, we often overlook food as therapy. We turn quickly to pills, forgetting that our circulation and connective tissues respond to what we eat every single day. By supporting collagen naturally through diet, we don't just ease swelling, we also protect mobility and independence. That means fewer days avoiding the stairs and more days enjoying the freedom to move. So, if you've noticed sock marks around your ankles or heaviness in your legs by evening, don't ignore it. It may be your body's way of asking for better support at the cellular level. The encouraging part is that change is possible, starting with what's on your plate. How the Japanese diet keeps seniors walking strong into their 90s. In small towns across Japan, it's common to see older men and women in their 80s sweeping porches, carrying groceries, or even cycling to the market. What's striking isn't just their age, but the ease with which they move. Japan's high life expectancy is well known, but what truly stands out is how active and independent their seniors remain. Much of that resilience can be traced back to how they approach food. In Japanese culture, meals are more than fuel. They're a form of lifelong education called shokuiku, teaching children from an early age why food choices matter. Instead of counting calories or following fads, the focus is on balance and harmony. Meals are modest in size yet rich in variety. Miso soup, grilled fish, pickled vegetables, and rice served slowly, not rushed. This style of eating respects the body and supports health at every level, from bones and joints to circulation and digestion. When I compare this with what I often see in the West, the difference is clear. Many older Americans rely heavily on processed foods, supplements, or quick fixes. By contrast, the Japanese diet naturally supplies nutrients that protect collagen and reduce inflammation. It's not about restriction. It's about choosing foods that quietly repair the body each day. I remember speaking with Mrs. Tanaka, a 94-year-old woman from a coastal village. She still walked every morning to a nearby shrine, her steps steady and her back straight. When asked her secret, she simply said, "Warm food, eaten slowly." That wisdom reflects a deeper truth. Health isn't built in a single moment, but in small, repeated habits that nourish body and spirit over decades. The Japanese example shows us that stronger legs and healthier joints aren't just a dream of youth. With thoughtful eating, we can build a foundation for independence that lasts well into our later years. Collagen Food 1. Chicken cartilage. A crunchy treasure in Japanese kitchens. At first, the idea of eating cartilage might sound unusual to many of us. But in Japan, dishes like grilled chicken cartilage, known as nankotsu, are valued not just for taste, but for their health benefits. Cartilage is especially rich in type 2 collagen, the same kind that cushions our joints and helps reduce stiffness. Eating it in food form provides building blocks the body can use directly where they are needed most. I once spoke with Mr. Howard, a retired teacher from Ohio, who suffered from clicking knees and stiffness whenever he stood up. His daughter suggested simmering chicken bones and joints into broth, adding ginger and scallions for flavor. Within months, he noticed small but steady improvements. Getting up from the couch no longer felt like a battle, and he joked that life feels less creaky. That's the kind of slow progress that really matters for aging joints. The beauty of using cartilage in meals is that it connects food with tradition. In Japan, nothing is wasted. Every part of the animal is used with gratitude. That mindset not only makes meals more sustainable, but also helps people access nutrients often overlooked in modern diets. For older adults, cartilage broth can be sipped warm on cold mornings, poured over rice, or used as a gentle base for soups. Science now confirms what tradition long suggested. Slow-cooked cartilage releases compounds that support joint repair and keep tissues supple. It's not a quick fix, but a steady form of nourishment. And perhaps the ritual of preparing broth, taking time, smelling the steam, serving it warm, also carries its own kind of healing. So, if your joints feel heavy or stiff, consider adding cartilage-based broth to your weekly meals. Small choices, repeated over time, can bring comfort and mobility back into your life. Collagen food. 2. Fish skin. The overlooked superfood on your plate. In many Western kitchens, the skin is peeled away and tossed before the fish ever reaches the table. Yet in Japan, it's one of the most valued parts of the meal. That crispy layer is loaded with type I collagen, which strengthens not only your skin, but also blood vessels and tendons. For aging legs, keeping vessels elastic is crucial, since stiff arteries often mean swelling and fatigue by the end of the day. I once visited Mrs. Reynolds, an 85-year-old in Maine, who swore by leaving the skin on her salmon. She said it reminded her of her childhood when nothing was wasted. Interestingly, she still climbs the stairs of her farmhouse daily, crediting her steady legs to never letting the good parts of food go to waste. Her story echoes what research shows. Collagen paired with omega-3 fatty acids in fish skin can reduce inflammation and protect joints naturally. The preparation doesn't need to be complicated. Pan-seared salmon with the skin left on, seasoned simply with sea salt and lemon, can provide flavor and nutrients in one dish. If you're not used to the texture, try simmering bones and skin into a light broth with ginger and miso. Over time, these small changes can transform how your legs feel. What I find remarkable is how tradition and nutrition align here. Eating the skin is not just practical. It's a sign of respect for the food, using every part to nourish body and spirit. And in that respect, health benefits follow: better circulation, stronger joints, and even peace of mind that nothing is wasted. So the next time you prepare fish, think twice before discarding the skin. That golden crisp layer may be exactly what your legs need to stay steady. Collagen food. 3. Miso soup with wakame. Gentle on the stomach, powerful for joints. For generations in Japan, mornings begin not with sugar or coffee, but with a warm bowl of miso soup. The steam rising from the bowl, the subtle mix of fermented soy and seaweed, signals comfort and care. What makes this dish unique is not only its flavor, but its ability to support the body's own collagen-making process. By improving digestion and lowering inflammation, miso soup helps your body use nutrients more effectively to strengthen joints and circulation. I once met Mr. Carlson, a 79-year-old from Vermont, who had survived a stroke and was relearning to walk. His daughter began serving him miso soup each evening, adding cubes of tofu and a handful of wakame. He told me it didn't give him dramatic strength overnight, but it gave him just enough energy to stand a little longer each week. That slow improvement reminded me that true healing often comes in gentle, repeated steps. Miso itself provides probiotics, which are essential for gut health. A healthy gut is the foundation for absorbing minerals like zinc, copper, and vitamin C, key players in collagen production. Meanwhile, wakame seaweed brings magnesium, calcium, and iodine, all of which support joint flexibility and reduce fluid retention that contributes to swelling. Together, they create a powerful yet simple remedy that fits seamlessly into daily life. Making miso soup at home doesn't require special tools. Heat water gently, stir in a spoonful of miso paste, then add wakame, tofu, and green onions. The magic is in its simplicity. It's a meal that nourishes both the body and the spirit, offering comfort while steadily reinforcing the structures that keep us moving. So if your legs feel heavy or your joints stiff, consider adding miso soup with wakame to your routine. It's one of the easiest ways to send your body a daily message of care. Collagen food. 4. Beef tendon stew, a slow-cooked comfort dish for aching joints. At first glance, beef tendon can seem tough and unappealing, but when simmered for hours, it transforms into something soft, silky, and deeply nourishing. Tendon is packed with type I and type 3 collagen, the same proteins that keep your skin supple, your ligaments strong, and your blood vessels flexible. For older adults struggling with swelling or stiffness, tendon broth can be a quiet but powerful ally. I remember visiting Mr. Lee, an 82-year-old widower in San Francisco. Every winter, he prepared a stew using beef tendon, radish, ginger, and soy sauce, a recipe he learned from his grandmother. He told me the ritual of cooking was as important as the dish itself. "The stew keeps my knees moving," he said with a laugh, "and it keeps me company too." That kind of connection between food, memory, and healing is something science often overlooks. Modern research backs up what tradition has long practiced. Slow cooking tendon releases collagen into the broth, creating a natural gel that cushions joints and supports tissue repair. Combined with vegetables like daikon radish, which brings anti-inflammatory benefits, the result is more than a meal. It's functional medicine on a spoon. You don't need fancy cookware to try this at home. A regular pot or slow cooker works fine. Just simmer beef tendons with aromatics for several hours until tender. The broth can be eaten alone, poured over rice, or used as a hearty base for soups. Each bowl delivers steady collagen support, helping joints glide more smoothly and legs feel lighter. So if evening stiffness or swelling slows you down, consider adding tendon stew to your weekly menu. It's a dish that warms the body, honors tradition, and steadily gives your joints the strength they need. Collagen food. 5. Eggshell membrane, a hidden remedy found in the most ordinary place. Between the hard shell and the white of an egg lies a thin, almost invisible layer. Most of us peel it off without a second thought. But in traditional Japanese households, this membrane has long been treasured. It contains collagen, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, and glucosamine, a natural cocktail that supports cartilage repair, reduces inflammation, and keeps joints from drying out. For aging legs, this delicate layer can be surprisingly powerful. I once met Mrs. Harper, a 92-year-old farmer in Kansas who saved the membranes from her boiled eggs every morning. She dried them, crushed them into a powder, and sprinkled a pinch over her oatmeal. She swore it helped her knees last through planting season each spring. Her story highlights something important. Sometimes, the simplest daily rituals, repeated over years, provide real strength and stability. Modern studies are beginning to confirm what tradition has long known. Regular intake of eggshell membrane may reduce stiffness and joint pain within a few weeks. Unlike many supplements, it comes directly from food you already have in your kitchen. The key is consistency. Small amounts, added to soups, tea, or even yogurt, can make a difference over time. Of course, safety matters. Always use clean, boiled eggs and store the dried membranes in a sealed container. The taste is mild and nearly unnoticeable, but the benefits accumulate quietly. For those who struggle with swelling or aching knees, this could be one of the easiest remedies to try at home. So before tossing away your eggshells, pause for a moment. Inside is a natural layer of protection your joints may be asking for. Sometimes the tiniest things carry the greatest value. Collagen, Food 6. Konnyaku, the jelly that moves your blood. At first sight, konnyaku looks plain, a gray, bouncy block made from the konjac root. It doesn't actually contain collagen, yet it plays a surprising role in helping your body produce and use collagen more effectively. Rich in soluble fiber called glucomannan, konnyaku sweeps through the digestive system, reducing inflammation and improving nutrient absorption. Better digestion and circulation mean collagen can reach your joints, muscles, and skin, where it's most needed. I once met Mr. Sato, an 87-year-old shopkeeper in Los Angeles' Little Tokyo. He served me stir-fried konnyaku slices with sesame oil and soy sauce, calling it food for the knees. He explained that eating it a few times a week made his legs feel lighter and less swollen. His words reflected what science also shows. Foods that support circulation indirectly protect collagen, keeping tissues elastic and joints comfortable. Konnyaku is often added to Japanese stews like oden, where it soaks up the flavor of broth while contributing almost no calories. For seniors watching their weight or blood sugar, that makes it a smart choice. Its springy texture may take getting used to, but its benefits are quiet and steady. It keeps digestion regular, supports blood flow, and creates the right environment for collagen to do its job. For those curious to try it, konnyaku is available in most Asian markets, sold in blocks or noodles. Simply slice and add to soups, stews, or light stir-fries. Over time, incorporating it into your meals can reduce heaviness in the legs and improve overall mobility. So while Konnyaku doesn't provide collagen directly, it works behind the scenes, ensuring your body stays balanced and nourished. Sometimes, the foods that seem least impressive make the biggest difference. Each of the 6 foods we explored today, whether rich in collagen or quietly supporting its creation, offers more than nutrients. They offer daily care. A sip of warm broth, a piece of fish with the skin left on, or a bowl of miso soup isn't just food. It's a gentle way of telling your body that you still value its strength and mobility. These small choices, practiced again and again, build a foundation that medicine alone can't replace. I've seen patients who thought their walking days were over find new energy simply by changing what was on their plates. Not overnight, but step by step. Swelling eased, balance improved, and confidence returned. That's the real power of nutrition. It doesn't just heal, it restores independence. So when your legs feel heavy or your joints stiff, remember you're not powerless. Healing may begin not in a clinic, but in your kitchen. Start with one habit, one recipe, one bite at a time. Which of these foods would you try first? Or maybe you already have a comfort dish that supports your joints and keeps you moving. Share your story. It may inspire someone else to take their first step toward healthier years.